Hi, welcome to Success Tips. In this video today, we are going to be discussing about a subject that makes a lot of people pass through a lot and then at the end of the day end up as failures. Okay, now there are a lot of people that have the seed that it takes for them to be able to manifest their destinies. They have the land that is needed for them to be able to plant those seeds or multiply those seeds in order to yield a very heavy outcome. But then the problem is they don't have the necessary knowledge, they don't have the necessary skills, they don't have all the right information that they need for them to be able to process those seeds in order to be able to yield fruits or to cultivate their land. Okay, now this is what I mean. Okay, I'm not literally talking about land in reality, but I'm talking about seed of destiny. Okay, the seed to your dreams, the seed to your success, the seed to achieving things that is worthwhile in your own life. Okay, so when I say seed in this context, I mean something that you can be able to do, something that is of value, something that people can value and you can be able to build a life around it. I mean something that is your skill, okay, something that is your knowledge, something that is your calling, something, you know, think of anything that people are gonna value. Think of all the things that you feel when people come around it, people are gonna pay any amount of money in order to be able to have it. So that is your own seed. So when you say your seed simply means something that have the ability to be able to yield the kind of life that you have always been dreaming of. Okay, now when we talk of land in this case, we are talking about the people, we are talking about the group of people that will be in need of those values that you're having or those skills that you're having. Okay, when you have a group of people that are suiting after the kind of skills that you're having, then that is a fertile land already. Okay, when you have a community that is looking for the kind of skills and the kind of knowledge that you're having, that is a land for you already. Okay, so now this is the majority situation that people are passing through. They have the seed, they have the land, but they don't literally know how to be able to cultivate that land with that seed they're having so that they can be able to yield out something great. Now let me lead us down to a practical seed that we all know in agriculture, for instance. Okay, now when you have a seed, you know, a groundnut seed, a corn seed, a maize seed, you know, a bean seed. Okay, so all these things, if you have them, you need to be able to understand the kind of soil that kind of seed is gonna grow on. Okay, and you need to be able to understand the kind of season that such seed need to be planted. You need to be able to understand the kind of fertilizer that you need to be applying to that seed. Okay, you need to be able to understand, you know, the kind of land, you know, the kind of period, okay, and then the length of time that it takes for it to be able to start from seed, then to germination, and then to yield fruits and things like that. When you understand that, then the next thing you're going to be thinking of is, okay, now which one is the best part for me to be able to plant in this kind of land that I'm getting. Okay, and then if this land is not appropriate for this one, then let me look for another land and then plant the kind of seeds that is, you know, appropriate for this very land that I'm having. And then before you know it, you plant that seed, and then you know it deep in your mind that when you plant that seed, then there is a certain period of time where you need to weed that land so that that plant you've just planted or that seed that you've just planted is gonna have the perfect condition that it needs for it to be able to germinate. And then from there, you now prune it depending on the kind of seed that you planted. And then from there, you keep on watering it, you keep on applying fertilizer, you know, you keep on weeding it regularly, and then you protect it, you know, you protect it from rodents, you protect it from a lot of things that can be able to harm it. And then from there, it will now grow up to yield fruits. Okay, and then from there, you can be able to go and see a lot of harvest out there. So that is the something that applies, you know, to your own dreams. When you have your own seed of your dreams, it doesn't just go into the air like that and then multiply. No, that's not how it happens. Okay, just the way you do with your ordinary seed, you plant it, you water it, you weed it, you know, you get the best condition that it needs for it to be able to multiply. That is the something that your own seed to your destiny needs. Okay, you need to have the right environment, you need to have the right knowledge, you need to be able to build yourself in such a way that you will know all the kind of conditions that the seed to your destiny need, the seed to your dreams need, so that you can be able to cultivate it appropriately. Now the problem is not the seed. Okay, people have a lot of things that they know, and they have a lot of skills that they can be able to use in order to build their dreams. They have a lot of knowledge that they can be able to cultivate, but the only thing that they're lacking is the knowledge on how to be able to search for that fertile land in which they can be able to cultivate that very seed or plant that very seed for it to germinate and multiply for them. Okay, that is exactly why we came up with Achievers Bridge Career Night. Okay, so if you have been having a seed, if you have been having a skill, and then you've been maybe having a lot of things that you feel, okay, I will have done this with this skill, I could have achieved this with this my skill, I could have learned this with this my skill. I think you have the right channel through which you can be able to get all the necessary knowledge that you need in order to be able to plant that seed, in order to be able to get the right condition and the right environment or the right land for that your seed, so that it will multiply. Okay, this is very important to you, okay, because we have it planned out, and then we have all the necessary things that you will need in order to be able to build your dreams. Because one of the tragic aspects of life is that we have a lot of people doing all kind of things, and then they feel very miserable. They'll be like, kind of, okay, I don't like this kind of job I'm doing, I don't like this kind of business I'm doing, yet they have a given skill that they have been dreaming of, you know, turning it into a life-changing opportunity for themselves, but they lack the knowledge in order to turn that into something great. Okay, so Achievers Preach Career Night is one of a place where you can be able to get that necessary knowledge that will be needed for you to be able to cultivate your dreams. Okay, but for the sake of people that are on this video for the first time, let me give us some few steps that you're gonna be starting with. Okay, first of all, you need to understand the skill you're having. Okay, you need to know what you're good at, or you need to develop what you're good at. For some of you, you may not even be having a skill. Okay, try to get a skill that is gonna pay off big time, and then start building yourself towards that skill. Okay, because it's very important for you to have a seed, because you cannot plant nothing and then yield something. Even if you have the land, but if you don't have the seed that you're gonna be planting, it's another problem. Okay, so you need to have a seed, you need to have a skill, you need to build yourself with a knowledge that is worthwhile building. Okay, and the best way you're gonna be able to know whether your skill is something that is gonna yield off big time or not is to look at the trend, look at the way the world is moving, look at the direction the world is moving, project into the future, and then ask yourself, okay, now what are the kind of skills that is gonna pay off if I have it? Okay, by the time you're able to get an answer to that, then you go in wholeheartedly to build that skill for yourself. Your business that you're currently doing should not be an excuse for you. Your current job should not be an excuse for you. Always try to create time in order to be able to mold your seed. Try to have your own seed intact. Okay, and then the second thing you need to be able to know is that you need to know the kind of land that that seed is gonna germinate. Okay, for instance, you have a skill of music. For instance, you now think of the kind of genre you want to be going into. Is it pop music? Is it blues? Is it so? After you're able to figure that out, then you start thinking of the area, start thinking of the kind of people that you're gonna be producing such music to, and then you start thinking of the kind of people that are gonna patronize that kind of music, and then you start streamlining that knowledge, start streamlining your skills towards the direction of that people. Okay, and now very importantly, there's something you need to understand. Okay, you need to understand that when you plant your seed, it doesn't just grow in one day and yield fruits. Okay, it doesn't just grow up one day and then multiply. Okay, it takes time. Okay, you plant it, it stays for some days, you know, hidden on the ground, and then you will not even be able to see it, and then from time to time you keep on watering it, and then from there it germinates, and then it takes some few days for it to grow, and then it starts, you know, making branches and leaves, and then before you know it starts flowering, and then that is when it will now move on towards to the stage of yielding fruit. Okay, you should treat your own seed to your own destiny that way. Okay, don't just feel discouraged when you start working on your seed to your destiny. When you start working on the seed to your success, and then it doesn't yield out fruits to yourself, it doesn't yield out fruits to you, it doesn't give out the kind of result that you've been looking for, don't be discouraged, because it usually takes some period of time before a seed will be able to grow and then produce something worthwhile. Okay, that is very important. Okay, and then you need to also keep on building knowledge upon yourself. When you try out strategies and then you're working on them, that doesn't mean that that's the only strategy. You need to just keep yourself on. Okay, while you're working on those strategies, keep on adding knowledge to yourself, because the world is very dynamic. In fact, as it is now, the world is changing in a very speedy manner. So you need to also be building your knowledge in a very speedy way. You need to be developing yourself so that you will be able to stand the competition that exists out there. So I believe with this knowledge that I was able to give you guys on this video, you will be able to start working on your seed, you will be able to start working on your land, and then you will be able to start working on the things that you need to know in order to be able to cultivate that seed, or to be able to plant that seed and then to yield something worthwhile for you. But don't forget, try to join Achievers Bridge monthly career night, then you're gonna be getting more important information that you will be needing on a monthly basis for you to be able to plant your seed appropriately and then get it planted out for it to yield fruit for you. Because I want you to understand that one person may be able to plant the same type of seed and then it will multiply, while another person may plant that same seed and then that seed will just die off without even germinating. Okay, so you need to have the necessary knowledge that is needed for you to be able to manage your seed for it to grow and multiply. Okay, so we always hold Achievers Bridge career night every last Sunday of the month in the evening time. Okay, so at the moment we are holding it every 6 p.m. on Sundays, the last Sundays of each month, and then we have a lot of people, knowledgeable people in the area that can be able to guide you in order to be able to have you get all the knowledge that you need in order to be able to plant your seed and then multiply it. Okay, and the career nights always held live on this YouTube channel, where you can be able to ask a question and then you will get a real-time response, and that questions or any form of question you may be having with regards to your dream will be addressed there and then. Okay, so I believe this video was very helpful, and I believe this video will be able to help you to understand that you can be able to have seed and then you may be able to have land, but the only reason why you are still where you are is because you don't have the knowledge that it takes for you to be able to take advantage of all the resources you have, that's the seed and the land, in order to build the kind of life you need for yourself. Now, I believe after watching this video, you are able to understand that it's not the skill that you don't have, it's not the land that you don't have, but the knowledge that it takes for you to be able to take the necessary step in order to plant that seed to multiply. Okay, so I believe you will pick a very important knowledge in this video. If this is your first time on this YouTube channel, I will want you to click on the subscribe button below and turn on the notification bell so that when the next video comes up, you will be notified. And if you're a returning viewer, I would like to say thank you for sticking around to this channel. Please share this video with loved ones, friends, and then you can also come to this channel. You will find a lot of important contents that will guide you to your own dreams. Okay, but before then guys, see you on another video. Bye.